Valencia this season have been terrible. 12 games, 2 wins, only 10 points on the board as they sit in 18th place approaching the Christmas period. But a light amongst the dark for the Spanish side, a diamond in the rough, a special young talent. It's Cristhian Mosquera. 20 years of age, just over 60 club appearances made. He stands at around 6'2", right-footed centre-back that is attracting a high volume of interest from European clubs, from AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Manchester United, Real Madrid, all looking to potentially take advantage of Valencia's financial challenges and his contract expiry in 2026. But I highly suspect that this won't be the end of clubs chasing after a signature, so let's see what the fuss is all about. Mosquera progressed through the ranks at Valencia, making his professional debut in January of 2022, representing his national team too at the Paris 2024 Olympics, where he achieved a gold medal. As a player himself, he's a bit of a monster. Let's begin with his defending. Defensively, he's so difficult to play against. The Spaniard shares a lot of speed off the ball, so when chasing back, chasing an attacker, showcasing his recovery pace, he hardly has to make the tackle as he just jumps in front of the opponents moving with the ball, making it very easy for him to recover the ball and in the future, make it easier for him to play in a high line, as when the team is caught out, you have a speedster getting back for you. But it's all good having that pace, you've got to defend well too, which he does pretty well considering he gets a lot of practice at it. His tackles are well timed, his 1v1 defending is pretty impressive, aerially he's powerful, but what I would say is he enjoys a clutch slide tackle, blocking across from the wide channel, almost entering the penalty box. He's a monster that eats up play in the wide areas, and that is definitely where he enjoys defending the most. At the moment he's utilised in the middle of Valencia's back three, but still manages to find himself defending for his team by covering the space of wide runners in behind. Particularly against Real Betis, as we can see here, he gets back for his team exceptionally, just in the nick of time. Often I notice when watching him, he uses his lengthy 6'2" body and frame pretty well. As I touched on earlier, he's so fast when it comes to chasing back, and that when he gets to the attacker, he doesn't tackle so much, more just takes over the ball and where it's going. So quite commonly, he wins a foul here, as it's a bit of a 50-50, the attacker may be in full stride, and Mosquera isn't small by any means, so he's often caught, and this takes the pressure away from the team. So overall, a very strong, dominant, but fast ground dueler that uses his aggression and size to his advantages. The topic of him using his body and frame takes us to our next subject, which is his ability on the ball. On the ball, he's an interesting player. We'll delve into his weaknesses later. But he's very composed, press resistant, calm, overall very secure with the ball at his feet. He can step out very confidently whilst brushing off any presses by guarding and protecting the ball with his body or winning a foul in a tight space. He's a comfortable passer to those next to him and the midfield players in front of him, whilst having the composure to put his foot on top of the ball to read the play in front of him and quickly adjust his feet to wherever he may pass. Furthermore, I notice his tendency to change the pace and tempo of play to which he is moving when the ball is at his feet, often quite sudden but distinctive depending on how intense the attackers are in front of him and how aggressive they are in their press. He opens his body up nicely for a pass and exemplifies quality control when he shares possession of the ball. However now, he's just 20 years old. Raw, inexperienced, in a dysfunctional side, meaning he's obviously going to have some weaknesses. Firstly, he complicates his play a fair bit, sometimes holding on the ball for far too long, forcing unnecessary pressure onto himself and his team. Here we can see a prime example of it. Now sometimes midfielders do this to get out of a tight space and bring the ball forwards, but ultimately there's far more risk in a centre-back looking to bait in and beat two players when you are the last line of defence, especially in the central centre-back role. We know how strong he is and how he can find a way out of pressure, but that doesn't mean you should do it. Pass the ball and simplify your game, but this shouldn't be a huge concern as better coaching and more experience will fix this. Secondly, this ties in a little bit with the first one, but he's sometimes slightly chaotic and even clunky in his game. As we touched on, he sometimes keeps the ball far too long and overall complicates pieces of play, creating moments where Mosquera looks exposed defensively, especially in positioning, but always on the brink of bringing sloppiness into his game. Of course, he has the pace to catch up, but you can't always rely on that to save you all the time. Thirdly, his longer form of passing is very poor. He doesn't try it too often, but when he does look to go long, his accuracy is very off. And if his accuracy is on point, then it'll be the significant amount of power he puts onto the pass, making it very difficult for the receiver of the ball to control. And lastly, not a huge one, but just an extra tool he could use, learn to use his left foot more, as he commonly moves it to the right foot no matter the angle. But in summary, he's a really impressive young talent at just 20 years of age, and it's easy to see why the big European clubs are fast tracking his performances. He's very raw, yes, but better coaching and more games under his belt could turn him into a real monster of a centre-back. Granted, he isn't just thrown in at the deep end. If we're talking about his best position, although he's been playing central centre-back for Valencia and a free and could do a shift there, he's much better defending the wide channels on the right side of the defence. A Wesley Fofana-like role at Chelsea, which is funny enough an alternative that a lot of Chelsea fans have asked Todd Bowley for. This is definitely a role and a team and a head coach he would thrive under, including Liverpool too for Ibrahim Konate backup, Ruben Amorim's Manchester United on the right side of the three, Inter Milan similarly, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, but AC Milan and Manchester City potentially more difficult, depending on how Pep may adapt his system and whether or not he maintains the right back coming into midfield or tucking in to the back line. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash a like and subscribe to the channel. Check out any other videos that I do, and I'll see you guys next time.